Now, on one hand, gold, the Republic gold coin, has skyrocketed. Rents in Istanbul, office rents have skyrocketed. On the other hand, the number of companies declaring bankruptcy has increased. One of them is a chain. Deniz employees of this chain have sometimes come to the chat telling us about their situation. But who goes bankrupt in Turkey right now? The owner of these two chains.
The İşgıda company declared bankruptcy. Now, when you say İşgıda, it might not be clear. Actually, it's KFC and Pizza Hut, which have been controversial recently. The situation is a bit complicated. Recently, we've been seeing protests from KFC and Pizza Hut employees. Why? Because 534 stores were closed. 7,000 employees also lost their jobs. The friends who participated in the recent protest are the employees who worked in those stores. Now,
well, hold on a minute. Normally, a company can go bankrupt. It can declare something. In that case, you pay the severance to those who leave. You give them their compensation and they leave. Have these friends not received their severance?
Yes, they haven't been able to receive their money for 2 months and no information has been provided to them. There is no severance either. But to understand the situation, one needs to understand the franchising system a bit because there's some confusion. Did the company operating KFC leave Turkey or did it declare bankruptcy? Everyone is saying something different. Now, let me explain what the franchising system is for those who don't know. Let's say you are a burger joint called Cuneyt Burger. You give me your franchising rights. In other words, you give me the right to operate. In return, I actually use your brand value. And I make a payment to you from my turnover. But you also say, act according to the standards, because I am entrusting you with my brand value. You stipulate that everything must be as written on paper, from the size of the napkins to the attire of the staff and the raw materials you will use. The same thing happens here. Yum is a company from the USA. It has nearly 50,000 stores. Pizza Hut and KFC belong to them. They have revenues amounting to billions of dollars. At the beginning of the 2020s, this company grants İşgıda the operating rights. That is the franchising rights for KFC and Pizza Hut. This İşgıda then opens stores here and there. As you go from 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 200, you suddenly find that they have reached over 500 stores there in just 4 years. With such astronomical growth, when you open a new store now, you have to dip into your own pocket a bit. Why? Well, you open the place, there are renovations, it takes time for people to start coming and so on. You need to finance it for 3 to 4 months. This has created a problem in the company's cash flow, which we call cash flow. And the stores have reached a point where they can't even buy raw materials. I mean, we talked to a few employees at KFC stores. Some stores didn't have chicken. I mean, forget about the standard. There's no chicken at the chicken shop. The company is at such a level that it can't buy raw materials. And now the Yum company, which grants the franchising rights, has said, my friend, you are damaging my brand value. What does it mean for KFC to not have chicken? Forget about the size of the napkin or the staff's attire. There's no chicken, and has terminated the franchising right.
So who is the owner? I mean, who is the owner of İşgıda? What happened to that? I'll tell you right away who the owner of İşgıda is. A gentleman named İlkem Şahin. That's where things get complicated. According to İlkem Şahin, there is no problem in January. He tells his employees not to quit, that these are just rumors and that they will continue with their work, etc. He sold such a dream. As soon as the existing stocks were depleted, he declared bankruptcy. He closed 532 of his stores and didn't make a single statement to anyone. The wages for 2 months of work for 7,000 workers were not paid. With the situation being like this, the protests we've seen recently occurred. But even more interestingly, GQ magazine awarded this citizen named İlkem Şahin as the inspiring business person of the year in 2023. And look, he goes up on stage and receives his award. I listened to his speech this morning. I would like to listen to the last 30 seconds of it together with you. Let's see together what he said.
One of the most important things for us is to be able to see the smile on people's faces in every way, whether in our own group or among the people we touch. This is one of our only sources of happiness, our visual sources. With this opportunity, this award in our region.
Well, I know İlkem Şahin. He's gained some weight now, hasn't he? İlkem Şahin is also involved in production work. I mean, I think he has a background in industry from his family as well. He actually does, because Ilkem Shaheen is not someone who would just disappear, because I know that his family is also involved in this business. I mean, but of course, I congratulate GQ. I mean, with the latest hype, whoever went to the GQ awards and received an award this year, nothing good happened to them, right? What was the name of Serenay Sarakaya's boyfriend, the last one? What was it? Look, we forgot. Friends will remember. Demir had quite a situation. Well, I don't think Ilkem will run away. I also say that he will somehow get through this, because this brand has been with them for years. I mean, it's not something new. I mean, it's not a newly acquired franchise. It's something that's been ongoing for years. But of course, what happened that things suddenly went wrong? The chicken shop reached a point where there won't be any chicken. That's interesting too, of course. In this franchising issue, the main matter revolves around and comes back to the standard. It's something we never considered from our perspective. I mean, if a country loses the word standard from its vocabulary, you reach a point where even the chicken shop can't find chicken. You know, life can bring you to this point, not just with other things. Is there anything else you would perhaps like to add? Ish Gıda company belongs to Ish Holding. Within Ish Holding, there are many sectors, from logistics to agriculture, from industry to energy and textiles. I hope 7,000 people receive their rights, because for 2 months, not a single payment has been made, and they haven't received their severance pay either. Let's make this announcement here as well. Well, thank you very much. Yesterday, there was a video on social media. I was mentioning it in the past few days as well. When I looked at that video, it occurred to me that we must be thinking the same things. There's an account. I think the name of the account is Turkish Architecture. This account does the following. For example, it says, look, what would this place turn into if the signs on this building were removed? They took such a building in Beşiktaş and cleaned it up like this. I had previously said that Beşiktaş is a municipality that has been governed by the CHP for years. Look at the before and the after. Why do you allow this visual pollution? And of course, no one cared. Look at that apartment, this apartment. Can you look at this? You don't need to be a municipal official. As an ordinary citizen, do you find such usage appropriate? I mean, the use of signs is like letting it go and hoping for the best. It's as if you've landed in a slum in India. This is the largest artery of Istanbul. Can't you organize this somehow? Doesn't it bother anyone at all? It's something like this. Some have hung them big, some small, some all the way to the ground. Some have written up to a certain point. Is this the law of the jungle, man? It resembles a game called City Forest. I mean, everyone has done as they pleased. Not a single sign maker has said, hey, I'm ruining Beşiktaş. It's not just Beşiktaş. Go to Kadıköy, it's the same there. Go to the other side of Karaköy, not the newly developed part. Go to the seaside. The same thing is there too. In fact, as I said the other day, the mayor has just been elected. Go and take a look at the municipalities. Don't you ever look up? I mean, don't you see what kind of environment it is? But of course, what I'm describing might seem very naive to you now. Let's say Rıza Polat is in prison, but Ekrem İmamoğlu can also intervene in this. After all, it passes through the main artery. Anyway, these are such details that I'm embarrassed to mention them. Because, brother, you initiate this operation and they get arrested. I mean, when you arrest the mayor of Beşiktaş, we feel ashamed and embarrassed to talk about these things. Because why is the man unjustly arrested there right now? Now we're talking about signs and such. These things remain as naive matters now. In our lives, they remain like first world problems. Should they remain that way? I don't know. What do you think?